Callaly. How do you say it? I don't know. But what I do know is that they are a direct consumer brand selling period products, and they have a subscription component to their business as well. And if there's one thing us ninjas love, it's a direct consumer brand with a subscription component to their business. In this video, we're going to be looking at the digital marketing behind their growth, 3 things that they're doing well, and 3 things where there are room for improvement as well. Because this is a hashtag no cut teardown, there are no edits. I give myself one take and one take only to get all of this right, just to add a little bit of pressure. So firstly, let's look at the 3 things that they are doing really well. This is a beautifully designed business. The design is stunning. Now, first impressions are so important with direct consumer, and particularly if it's an unknown brand, it's a real shortcut to building credibility with a customer. Well, fortunately for these guys at Callaly, they have really well designed website. They have beautiful product photography. It looks stunning, and that gives them loads of credibility immediately. So not only do we have lovely product photography, we have pictures of people with the products, we have really nice looking videos as well. This extends through onto their social channels. Here's their Instagram page, really good looking images. They also have a fantastic body positivity, body confidence message which runs through this as well. So that is a huge tick and gets them off to a great start. The next thing that they're doing really well is they have great potential with some of their content. Here is a video which they ran on Facebook, which has 3.2 million views. It's a light-hearted look at women's products from the 1930s. Great fun, really entertaining, adds some interest and personality to the brand. However, we start to see a few chinks in the armor here because we actually don't have too much mention of the Callaly products to the extent where potential customers are actually saying, actually show us your products in the video, kind of help us, sell us a little bit more. And we also have people saying things like, I tried to buy from you and I couldn't find it, whatever, and nobody's replying to them, no one's helping them out. So a little chink in the armor there. But great potential with this, and it's a really good idea to have that sort of entertaining video content that you can push out and introduce people to the brand. So another big tick. The next thing that they're doing really well is they have some great kind of initiatives to build community and to build conversation around what they're doing. So here is a piece which I never thought I would be talking about in our videos, but we need to talk about vulvas, and this is all about body positivity, body acceptance, and it's fantastic. Great idea, and actually pretty well executed. They've got a sculptor to work with different vulvas, and the message is basically everybody's different. What you've got is absolutely okay, which is a phenomenal message and will really resonate with people. It's had some shares on social, it's got some people talking, but another little chink in the armor, the engagement with this seems to have kind of peaked at the time of publishing it, and then it's really dropped off, and it doesn't look like they've kind of chunked this down and used it ongoing in any sort of meaningful way. They have a subscription at the bottom where you can sign up on an email list. It's really, really far down, but you can sign up on an email list to you pledge to call a vulva, and then you sign this pledge. But only 148 supporters have done it. Now, I don't know how much this whole thing cost, but I imagine it wasn't cheap, and I also imagine that they'd probably have wanted more than 148 email subscribers. Now, 2 things that they could have done immediately. Firstly, they could have put this way further up the page. You saw how far I had to scroll down on desktop. On mobile, it's staggering. The other thing that they could probably do is make it optional whether you actually post your name, because this is maybe not the sort of thing that you might want your name published on the website. So who knows? But anyway, good idea. There could be room to execute this even better. So those are the 3 things that they're doing well. We've got a really nice design across the site, across product images, that's all great. We've got great potential ad content with that Facebook ad that had loads of views and started to get some engagement. And then we had this PR focused, kind of mission driven piece, which could have been a fantastic platform to build more visibility around Callaly as well. The things that need work, and there's actually tons of potential with this business. First up, organic traffic. This is a business that isn't generating a huge volume of organic traffic. We can see it looks like around 1,400 search visitors per month in the UK, similar sort of number in the US. Now, there's opportunities here. The first opportunity is to rank for the sorts of terms that they're actually selling for, period box. But the trouble is there's relatively low search volume for that, only 720 searches per month. So even if they're absolutely dominating for those searches, they're still not going to get a huge amount of traffic. Now it's interesting, in the US, actually there is more awareness around that type of thing. Period subscription box has 1900 searches per month. So 2.5 times, and then we've got period box subscription also, that's the same term, but much higher search volume, but they're not ranking anywhere near. See, I told you this was no cut. They're not ranking anywhere near as prominently. Position 18 still on page 2, so they're going to be getting very, very small amounts of traffic there. So this is a challenge for them. How do they get organic traffic given that awareness for what they're selling, via subscription at least, there isn't huge desire for, there isn't huge awareness about yet? Well, fortunately, they do sell non-subscription options as well. They do sell that you could target phrases like organic tampons or organic period products, and these do have much higher search volume. So there is loads of opportunity to increase the organic visibility of those sites by targeting the sorts of phrases that do have good search volume around them. Okay, the next thing that they could be doing better is all around the navigation, particularly in their shop. Now, I've got a few issues with this, and I'm going to go through them in order. So first thing, on their website, you've got this Shop Now section, and the shop and the main website feel very, very cut off and very, very distinct. The Shop Now section, I'd love to see a mega menu, an expanding menu, which would help me make a choice about products without having to click through to this shop page, because this shop page isn't that great. Having a mega menu would make it really easy for people who are coming here, they're just coming to reorder, or they're coming because they know what they want, to just find the products that they want really quickly without having to rely on page loads. Unfortunately though, we're forced to go through this shop page, which if it's an absolutely killer shop page that takes us straight to the thing that we need, that's fine. But I do have some challenges with this as well. Now, the first challenge is that we are prioritizing the mixed product boxes. Now, the downside of that is I can land on this page and think that this is all that they do. And if one of these doesn't look right for me, I'm gone. Now, if I'm just getting started with this, that might not be the option that I want. I've got loads of questions about these, not just because I'm not 100% familiar with the products, but I also don't understand how the volumes scale. For example, the small period care box has 4646. The large period care box has 812, 812, and then the middle one has different ratios of each. So I don't understand why the ratios change between each box. It doesn't seem logical for me. Now, if you scroll down the page, you'll see you can actually build your own box. So that might be a better way of doing it. But by far, the product option I would expect to be most popular for them would be single product boxes, because often people will have one solution to a particular problem, and they tend to stick with that, and they're looking for a direct replacement to the thing that they're used to. So this might be a good gateway purchase in order to then sell people onto full boxes later on. So if I were them, I would be either prioritizing visibility for single product boxes on this page, or just simply reducing the amount of spare space, of white space on this page, and making sure that a visitor who lands on this page can see all of the different product categories and they can choose the one that's most right for them. At the moment, there's a lot of hunting required in order to firstly just get the lay of the land and understand the different things that this business sells, and then find the one that's most relevant for you. So I'm really not a fan of this at all. The fourth issue I have with their product navigation, their shop navigation, is that there are no breadcrumbs on this page. So if I want to go back, and remember, I'm going to be hunting through to find out which one is right for me. If I want to go back to the shop page, I either have to click shop now or I have to browse back. It would be much better for me to be able to see a hierarchy of where I am at the top of this page, so I could click back in that hierarchy to find the right place for me, so I don't have to kind of go back to the start each time. So I think there's loads and loads of opportunity here. Now, the third thing that they really could do with taking to the next level is by far the biggest of anything here. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but when I saw this homepage, I wouldn't be surprised to see that this was a business with millions of followers on social and a huge amount of social traction. It has so many elements of a business that should be great on social, whether it's the design or the body positivity message or the fact that these products appeal to a huge percentage of the world's population. But that's not what you find when you check out their social channels. For example, Instagram is the one that has the most followers, I think, 16,300 followers. Okay, I mean, it's a start, but you would expect more for a business like this. One of the reasons they don't have a huge following is look at the number of posts that they are making. This has steadily declined over time. So since the start, or since December 2019, when they post 29 posts in a month, it's just continually dropped to this extent now where September 2021, they posted 3 times on their channel. It's almost as if they've just decided social is no longer a priority, which for a business like this is crazy. Crazy. This is a business that needs to maintain and accelerate visibility. We saw, for example, how Fashion Nova, they are posting 30 times a day. I'm not saying that this is right for this business, but they've done that to build a huge following. Consistency is key. You will not break through on 3 posts a month. Their Facebook page, even worse. Despite the fact, well, they've got 2,500 followers, but look at how frequently they are posting. 2nd of June, 2nd of February, 9th of December. Well, I'm filming this on the 19th of October. So that's what? 4 posts? 2 posts this year. 2 posts in the whole of the 9.5 months we've been through this year. That is mad. Now I know that organic reach is dead. Boost the posts then, make them valuable enough that you can justify boosting them. But this is a business that should be communicating with its audience on social because there isn't a huge search volume for the subscription side of things. So there you have it, 3 things that they're doing really well. The design, great potential on some of their Facebook ad content. The implementation wasn't 100% there, which may be why they've now given up on it. And the third thing, the great potential with the PR-focused initiatives, again, could have been a little bit better executed. The 3 things that need work: organic traffic, absolutely, should be a huge source of traffic and business for this business, both UK and US. Navigation in the shop, we've got to help people find the products that they need. We need to make this as easy and friction-free as possible. And then finally, social media. This needs to be a social native business. So I hope you found that useful. If you want this sort of teardown for your business, then you can request a free website and digital marketing review from the team here at Exposure Ninja. We'll analyze your website, your current digital marketing, and your competitors and map you out your priorities over the next 6 to 12 months to drive significantly more leads and sales through your website. This service is totally free of charge, and we won't even publish yours publicly online. How nice are we? So go to exposureninja.com/review to request your free website and digital marketing review today, and you will get, within 2 to 3 working days typically, a review of your website sent through by video to your email address. Totally free, no obligation. Until next time, see you soon.